Why do we feel ashamed in front of others? Have you ever walked into a crowded place, whether at work, a party, or even a family gathering, and suddenly felt that all eyes were on you, as if you were the only person in the room? If you felt this way, you're not alone. But why do we feel this way? Why does this strange feeling that all eyes are on us creep in? Have you ever wondered why? At first, this feeling may seem odd, right? Most of the time, we're in a normal situation. We talk to someone, laugh with friends, but suddenly, a heavy feeling arises in your heart, as if everything you say and every movement you make is being watched. Have you noticed this? Why do we think that everything we do is under a microscope? Why do we believe that others judge us this way? Is this real? Do people really watch us the way we imagine in our minds? But here's the surprise. Have you ever thought that this fear, this anxiety, might just be an illusion? Perhaps, in reality, no one cares about what we say or do. Still, why do we feel this way? Is it because of something that happened to us in the past? Maybe you were in a situation, whether at school or during a job interview, where you felt people were watching every step you took. Have you been through situations like this? And what about those moments when we feel we don't measure up to others? Have you ever felt like you were less than others? Maybe in an interview, a conversation, or even a gathering with friends. This feeling can make us retreat, feel ashamed. But is this feeling real? Are we really less than others? Then come the inevitable questions. Is it true that every time we open our mouths, we are subject to judgment? Is it true that every time we make a small mistake, we think everyone notices? We fear being criticized. But do people really care about what we do? Or do we just exaggerate this idea in our minds? What if I told you this feeling is more common than you think? What if I told you that everyone has gone through this feeling? Do you think this means it's not something we should fear? We may all feel the same, but does that mean we need to stop being afraid? Have you ever felt like you need to change but don't know where to start? Have you ever thought that facing this shame might be the beginning? What if the solution is simply to stop thinking that everyone is watching us, to stop worrying about other people's judgment? And now, let me ask you, are you ready to deal with this feeling? Are you ready to feel more comfortable in social situations? Is it time to change the way we think? If so, maybe it's time to stop letting shame hold us back. Why do we feel ashamed in front of others? You know that feeling, don't you? When you walk into a room full of people and suddenly feel like all eyes are focused on you. A heavy feeling creeps into your chest, as if you're completely exposed. You might start thinking differently about yourself. Did I say something stupid? Or did they notice that mistake I made? But have you ever thought about the reason behind this? Why do so many people feel this way, even though they're not alone in that room? What makes this feeling more complicated is that most of us live under the pressure of the thoughts swirling in our minds. Are people watching me? Are they paying attention to every step I take? And here's the question we need to ask ourselves. Is this real? Are others watching us as much as we think? The truth is, most of us overestimate how much others care about us. In reality, they are just as busy with their own lives as we are with ours. Why do we let this idea control us? But what about those moments when we feel less than others? When we see someone speaking confidently or acting in a way that seems perfect to us? Does this make you feel like you're not keeping up with them? Is this what makes you feel ashamed? If you feel this way, you're not alone. Most people face these moments, but the question is, how can we face this feeling? Here are some effective solutions. Stop comparing yourself to others. Let's be honest, constant comparison with others won't help you. Have you ever tried comparing yourself to someone else and found that the result was feeling weak? We live in a society that encourages comparisons, but have you thought about how everyone has different experiences and their own challenges? So if you feel less than someone else, remember that this isn't a measure of success. You're on your own path. Practice facing it. The more we avoid social situations because of shame, the more the fear grows. The solution? Facing it. Yes, gradually facing it. You can start with small situations. Talk to one person at a gathering, or even share an idea in a meeting. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are part of growth. Imagine you're now in a social situation. What could happen if you decided to feel more comfortable? Would you be ready to speak confidently? It might surprise you how easy it is to reduce tension when you are prepared to face situations instead of running from them. Focus on your strengths. Have you ever thought about how everyone has strengths? It's important to focus on what makes you unique. Always keep a list of things you're good at and remind yourself of them every time you feel ashamed. These strengths boost your self-confidence. When you think about these things, you might find that shame begins to fade because you realize you have value that others can't take away from you. Stop overthinking. Do you find yourself drowning in thoughts? I think you know that feeling, right? Did I say the right thing? Or did they notice I made a mistake? Stopping overthinking can be one of the most powerful solutions. Sometimes, all you need to do is let things flow as they are. Just start moving forward and don't let negative thoughts take over. The answer to all these questions is simply, no one cares about what happened as much as you think. Practice relaxation and meditation. Before any important meeting or conversation, try taking some time to relax. Practice deep breathing or meditate for a few minutes. You might be amazed by the results. This can help reduce stress and give you the chance to think clearly. Isn't this something that could help you focus on what you're doing instead of worrying about what others might think? Now let me ask you, are you ready to try these solutions? Do you think you can change the way you feel in social situations? The truth is, anyone can learn how to overcome shame, and it's not impossible. If you're ready, take a small step now. No need to wait. This is my first video on YouTube. If you found it helpful or enjoyed the content, don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe to the channel. This way, you'll help me create more helpful videos. Hit the button now, and let's grow together.